Hello and welcome to another video. It's been a while, but I'm back on the voiceovers. My neighbour's getting a new roof. There was a lot of noise, so I couldn't really talk in front of the camera, so this is going to have to do for today. The car that I've got in today is a car that was bought in June, and it was bought with the Diamond Something protection package from the dealer. And the main goal of today's video is going to be to give this car a really good clean down. As you can see, it's really dirty, and just have a look and see if, 4 months on, 5 months on, if there's any of that diamond protection left on the paintwork. First things first though, let's get the wheels clean. Started off with Auto Glance Rebound for the tyres, which is my go-to product for any tyres. I've then got this wheel gel from a company called Bliss. They don't exist anymore, but I had it lying in the garage and thought I'd best use this up. I've then went over the top of that with a wheel shampoo through the Snowfaom lands, and then it's time to get in about the wheels with the EZ brushes and the Garage Therapy wheel wash mitt. Once I get the wheels finished, I like to fire a little bit of protection on them, and what I'm using is the Blitz Detailing Ceramic Detailer. This is really good because you can spray it on while the wheels are wet, give it a wee minute or so, and then rinse it off, and then you've got that little bit of protection on your wheels straight away. And just as things were going well, I was plodding along, getting stuck into the wheels. All of a sudden, this happened, and honestly, it came out of nowhere.
Shit that I think is amazing, waiting for my day when I'm playing sold out shows for 1,000 faces. Hey, give me that crown, get in my way and to be put down. It ain't your place, all this my
Thankfully, it didn't stay on for too long, and I was able to get back out and crack on with the wash of the paint. What I'm using here is the Blitz Detailing Citrus Pre-Wash. I've got this diluted in the pump sprayer at 4:1, and I'm going to go around the whole car, let this do its thing, rinse it off before going in with my Snowfaom because I want a double hit of pre-wash.
Is everybody in the world blind? Please Lord give me a sign, a sign. Yeah. There's no mercy in this world, just hunger-thirsty persons in different versions. Each new update, that shit worsens. Why? Pull back the curtain and you'll see the different vermin. We all have different burdens that all seem to cause disturbance. Yo, so do me a favor, don't treat me like a neighbor. Don't need the different flavors of your problems just to savor. I've got my own issues, I need a comb to get through. Don't need to groan with you, just go get your own tissue. I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please Lord give me a sign, a sign. I feel like I'm losing my mind.
Now as I start to rinse this off, we can see just how much that citrus pre-wash has done to loosen up that road traffic film and the dirt that's on the car. It's cutting through it relatively easily. Now I'm not saying that this is a completely perfect surface ready for me to do my contact wash, but what it is cutting through a lot of the crap, getting the paint ready for me to apply my Snowfaom, which is going to do even more work. Then I can get on with a contact wash.
Oh no shit!
When it comes to Snowfaom, I'm still playing about with the new version of the Garage Therapy Snowfaom, working out different ratios, playing with different dilutions, and what I've went for today is I've put 200ml of the product and then topped up with a further 800ml of water. I'm using a full litre because I'm planning to do a chemical decontamination on the car later on, so I'm going to want to save some Snowfaom for after the tar and glue remover and iron fallout remover phases. When it came to rinsing the Snowfaom off, there wasn't really a massive visual indicator that it was removing any more traffic film than what the citrus pre-wash already had, but the surface did look slightly cleaner, and by the time I was done with it, I was at a point where I was happy to go in and do a contact wash, because there comes a point where you can only do so many pre-washes before you just need to go in and make contact with the paint. Now that the Snowfaom's rinsed off, we can have a look at how the car's looking and just see if there's any protection on it, and so far, not so good. It's now time to start making some contact with the car, and I'm going to start with my brushwork. What I'm using for the brushwork is, I think it's a Hogshair brush that I got from KDN Detailing quite a while ago, and I'm using that with AME Details APC. Now on the bottle this says that it's a ready to use product. I'm sure I've seen somewhere that it might be dilutable, but there's no instructions on the bottle, and in this instance when I went onto the website it was under reconstruction, so I couldn't confirm if it was or wasn't dilutable, so I've used it straight up and it's done its job absolutely fine. The only gripe for me is that it's a ready to use product, you only get 500ml of it, it's not very cost effective. For me now, this is really last chance saloon for this diamond protection that's been put on the car, apparently. What I'm using is Garage Therapy Zero Decon shampoo in the wash bucket in hope to revive any protection that might still be on the car. Needless to say, I'm not feeling very confident at the moment.
I wake up, I feel like it's Monday. Something's going wrong with all the chemicals up in my brain. All of a sudden I don't look at anything the same way. Gotta build up of my thoughts sitting in an ashtray. I'm sorry that I'm so inconvenient, okay? Just let me be me.
As I come in to start rinsing the car down, I'm not seeing any evidence of any water behaviour returning to the car or any protection that might be on the car being there. Also, if you miss a wee spot when you're washing it, don't forget to go back in and get it. But continuing the rinse down, I'm now thinking in my head that there's no protection on this car, and I'm just wondering, is that down to the preparation of the paint? Because to be quite honest, it was very rough by the time I'd done the decontamination, or is it just not a very good product? Let me know what you think. But anyway, on to the chemical decontamination, and I'm going to start off with the tar and glue remover. This is the same tar and glue remover that I used when I was doing the Lexus. Thankfully on this car there's much more tar to deal with, so it's given a truer representation of how powerful the product actually is. and it's melting that tar away no problem at all. Once I finish up with the tar and glue remover, I give the car another quick rinse down. I've not shown that on camera, but then I'm going to move on to the fallout remover phase, and I'm using a product from Built Hamber. It's the Built Hamber Corosol fallout remover. I've got a little bit left in the bottle, so again I'm just kind of finishing off some products to try and make some space on the shelves for some new ones. We all know how good Corosol is, so I'm not going to go into great detail about it. I'm just going to show you some of the fallout that's on the car. Just while I finish giving the car a rinse down and applying the next layer of Snowfaom to neutralise the tar and glue and the fallout remover, I think it's worthwhile having a quick conversation or a quick discussion about these dealer offered protection packages. Some of them can cost upwards of £250. This exact package actually costs £250 if you're to pay full price from the dealer. Thankfully the owner only paid half price. Now at this point I'm going to throw up some screen grabs of exactly what this protection package is supposed to offer. And let me know if you think that this protection package is providing what it says it does on the tin. Straight off the bat, let's look at the answer to question number 1 here. In the UK, this product is guaranteed for the life that you own the vehicle. That is an extremely bold claim to be making about any kind of protection. It then goes on to make some claims about best on test. When you actually read it, it's only been tested against 2 other products, so it wouldn't be hard to be best on test if the other products have been hand-picked to be tested against. Now, I'm well aware that this could indeed actually be a good product, and we all know that a good product on a car is only as good as the preparation. And from my experience with washing this car, the preparation certainly has not been up to scratch. So is it a failing of the product or is it a failing of the preparation? Either way, it comes down to the dealer and the fully trained technician who installed this product. However, I think we've spoke about that enough now, and what it's time to do is actually get some proper protection on this car. And what I'm going to be using today is I'm going to be using a wax. The sun's came out, it's nice and dry now, plenty of cure time for it, so I'm going to be using the Pyramid ODK collaboration wax. This is one of the easiest waxes to apply and remove, and not to mention the smell. This has got to be one of the best smelling waxes that I have ever used. The final finish and the durability that this wax offers is also excellent. But that should give this car around about, it claims 6 months protection, but I would be cautious with that and maybe go with around about 3 to 4 months because the paint hasn't been polished and prepared to the fullness that it could have been. Just to sum up my thoughts on these dealer offered protection packages. Based on my experience with this car, it doesn't appear that the paint has been properly prepared prior to application of the product. You can see for yourself throughout multiple different areas of the video that the paint is completely lacking in water behaviour. There's lots of tar spots stuck to it, there's lots of fallout stuck to it. So it's not really screaming out that there's any coating left on the car. If this was me and somebody asked me, I would advise them to take their car to a professional detailer who, if you're spending £250 with, you're going to get the paint polished to some degree, even if it's just a gloss enhancement. it will prepare the paint ready to take a coating. Then you're probably going to get a 1 or 2 year ceramic coating out of that, which evidently is going to last longer than the 4 months that this protection's lasted on this car. Just on to the last few bits with this car then, and what I did was I used Garage Therapy tyre serum for the tyres, and then I think this is an Auto Smart trim dressing for the exterior plastics, and that's this car done. Just as we're coming into some closing shots, I'd just like to take this moment to say thank you for watching. If you liked the video, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, all that good stuff helps me out, and as always, I'll see you on the next one.
Audience break through the chains, go free me. Looking for change, looking for pain, pulling a mob, pushing a train. I'll never stop, stick to a lane, pick up the pieces and go rearrange. I'll be the best above all the rest, put me to the test and expect nothing less. You check as I'm chess, what's happening next? He got the venom, a tangible weapon, no coming in second. This life is a lesson. He got a new engine from pain, that's a blessing. New focus, no guessing, just bold an obsession.